As a real estate agent, have you lost track of your old past clients? Did you let things kind of slip through the cracks? And if so, you may be asking yourself, how many of these people can I recapture and get back into my new system moving forward? If you're curious about that and you want to find out what my experience was with that, then you're in the right place. Let's chat. Hi, I'm Mike Cerrone with the Comeback Agent, and after a 15-year break from real estate, I'm getting back into the business of real estate sales. And so one of the first things I would advise someone to do is to go back and look at your old list of past clients and sphere of influence and see how many of those people you could bring back together for your new campaign moving forward. So in my case, it was a break, and I've talked to agents that have those kind of situations. You may just be that didn't take a break, but for whatever reason, you weren't keeping track of all your past clients and sphere of influence, putting them in a database, marketing to them, making sure they remember that you're in the business. And again, I talked to a lot of people in that boat too. Well, let me tell you just a little bit about my experience and what I just recently did. So in my career, I was 17 years active, but I stopped doing that 15 years ago. So I've been around a while. But the 17 years I was active, I sold, it was just under 1,000. It's somewhere between either 992 or 995 when I wrapped it up, but somewhere right around that number of properties. And some of them were repeat customers, but just under 1,000 transactions. And so I tried to go back and find them. Like, that could be a huge gold mine, right? It just completely makes logical sense. So the problem was I didn't keep really great records. I didn't keep good records at all in the early days. Then I got a database program called Top Producer, and we tracked some things. And so we downloaded the information out of there in a couple different files. So I had a couple different files and basically spreadsheets. And so for the last month, I've been trying to take all that data, pull it together, and make sense out of it, because the data I had was over 5,000 records is what I ended up with. I'm like, that's not right. And so I had to go sift and sort and clean it up and figure out what the big mess was. And it was a giant mess. We weren't tracking perfectly. A lot of data was missing. But anyway, I was able to take that list and reduce it down to about 608 people that this looks like something that might be viable. That was step one. And step two is I went in and I took that data and actually said, okay, where are these people now? I need to research each one and find out, do they still live where I think they still live? Have they already sold that property and moved? Have they moved out of state? Have they moved just to another place locally? Did they use another agent? Are they now connected with another agent? Did they rent the place out? So I have people that rented the place out. Unfortunately, I have people who went up, they lost their property through foreclosure in '08, that time period. There were all kinds of weird scenarios I discovered as I was going through this process. Basically, the bottom line is this, though. I had this 608 person list, and by the time I was done, it had shrunk down to 103. So I went from 608 to 103. That's how many people I lost the relationship and the connection to, that I can just see from where they went, because I didn't stay in touch with them. I didn't stay in touch with them at all over the 15 years. And so, of course, they had needs and they went and found someone else to help them. And that's a big lesson for you. Don't let this happen to you. Be sure that you grab those people and pull them in and take care of them, and at least reach out to them once a year at minimum, but preferably at least once a quarter. And if you're really smart, at least once a month, right? That you're reaching out to them, letting them know you're in business, and you'd love to get either help them or their friends or their family or get referrals, etc. However you want to do that, we have a program called RAMS, Referral Agent Mastery System, that we do that, and we do it structured. But whatever you're doing, you have to do something to reach out and stay in touch with those people. They're not going to just remember you. Okay. It was very rare that I got a phone call over the years where people are reaching out to find me. It did happen, but it was actually surprisingly rare based on how many people I had helped. So My point is get your list together and do something good with it so that you don't go from 608 down to 103. So that's like 505 relationships lost. Sad. That's the vast majority of the list. I'm trying to think. I don't know the percentages off the top of my head. Over 80%, maybe 83% lost. So don't do that. That's my advice. Now, for me, moving forward, I'm going to take my 103, and now I'm going to take those people, and I'm going to reconnect with them first, and then I may go try to grab some others, but I'm going to go after that core 103 and see if we can't make something happen there to help me with my goal of closing 25 units in my first year back in 2025. So that's the goal, and that's kind of why I went through the process. If you haven't done that, though, if you haven't created your list, I highly recommend that you do, because I do know people who haven't. And if you have a list, make sure you're reaching out to them in some type of consistent way. I hope this has been helpful. If you like these kind of stories, you want to hear more, be sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, put them down below in the comments section. I try to answer all those. And also, if you like this material and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right. Hope this has been helpful. Take care. Keep moving forward. Bye for now.